Hello, in this lesson, we're going to be looking at standard form calculations. I take it that you know what standard form means. And if you don't know what standard form means, then you need to look at the lesson before this one so that you can know what standard form is and how to write numbers in standard form. In this particular lesson, we are going to be looking at adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing numbers in standard form. So let's have a look at some examples. My first example here says solve the following without using a calculator, and you've got two numbers which are written in standard form. So the first thing that I would suggest you do is to rewrite them as ordinary numbers and then do the calculation, and then you can rewrite them in you can get the answer and then rewrite the answer in standard form. So 2 times 10 to the power 2, that would be 2 times 100 minus 5 times 10 to the power 1, that's just 10. 5 times 10, and that will be 200 minus 50, which is equal to 150. I'm just going to rewrite 150 in standard form. 150 in standard form would be 1.5 times 10 to the power 2. And that's that one done. So let's look at question 2. Question 2 says 7 times 10 to the power 3 plus 6 times 10 to the power 5. 10 to the power 3, that would be 7 times 1,000 times 6 times plus 6 times 10 to the power 5 would be 10,000. Is that 10,000? This is 10 to the power 4, 100,000. Yeah. This would be 7,000 plus 600,000. And if you add those together, you have 607,000. So that would be the answer for that one. If you rewrite that in standard form, we'll take all the non-zero numbers, including any zeros in between them. That would be 6.07 times 10 to the power 5. Final answer. So I just made a little note for you of the steps that you need to take if you're going to write if you're going to add and subtract in standard form. The first thing you need to do is write them as ordinary numbers. So write the numbers, the standard form numbers, as ordinary numbers. Then perform the calculation, which you need to calculate. Then the last step would be to rewrite your answer in standard form. So rewrite your answer in standard form. So write the number as an ordinary number, write the two numbers as ordinary numbers, calculate, then rewrite your answer in standard form. Now let's have a look at multiplying and dividing in standard form. Here we would need our knowledge of indices to be able to perform the calculation. You know that when you're adding powers or indices, when the bottom numbers are the same, you just need to add the powers. So what we need to do for that first example there is start by collecting the ordinary numbers. Yeah, so I'm going to rewrite that as 3 times 5, because I'm taking the ordinary numbers first, times 10 to the power 4 times 10 to the power 5. I know that 3 times 5 is equal to 15, times 10 to the power 4 times 10 to the power 5 would be equal to 10 to the power 4 plus 5. So those two right there would be equal to 10 to the power 9. Okay, but 15 times 10 to the power 5 is not yet in standard form. So I'm going to put it in standard form by making this decimal number, which is less than 10, 1.5 times, now I'm going to increase this one because I reduced this one by 10. I'm going to increase this one by 10 times 10 to the power 10. Now, question 2 says 2 times 10 to the power 5 times 3 times 10 to the power 4. Okay, let's collect the ordinary numbers and then we can collect the powers of 10. So that would be 2 times 3 times 10 to the power 5 times 10 to the power 4. That would be 6 times 10 to the power 9. and 6 is less than 10. It's a number that is less than 10. So it's all right. We can leave the answer as it is. So that will be the answer for that one. Now, question 1 of section B is a division problem. So, you know that division is another way that we write fractions, or fractions is another way that we write division. So, bearing in mind that when we're dividing fractions, when we're dividing powers, when the bases are the same, we just need to subtract the powers. We're going to put that in mind and see how we can get this problem solved. 6 times 10 to the power 5 divided by 2 times 10 to the power 5. 6 divided by 2 would be equal to 3 times 10 to the power 5 times divided by 10 to the power 5 would be equal to 10 to the power 5 minus 5. It is equal to 3 times 10 to the power 0. Okay, it is already in standard form like this. You don't need to do anything with it anymore because that's in standard form. So that's the answer for that. Question 2 says 8 times 10 to the power 9 divided by 4 times 10 to the power 8. Okay, 8 divided by 4 would be 2 times 10 to the power 9 divided by 10 to the power 8 will be equal to 10 to the power 9 minus 8, which is equal to 2 times 10 to the power 1, and that's done. Okay, there are lots of standard form calculation problems on Maths Junction that you can have a go at if you want to practice standard form calculations. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.